Excel sheet data into Simulink to do your analysis. Here I am going to show you 3 ways to import Excel data into Simulink model. So without wasting time, let's get started. So in first method, we'll go to library. In library, here we are going to use this 1D lookup table. Let's add. So in the first method, we are going to use this block 1D lookup table. This method is useful when you have already imported Excel sheet to MATLAB for any programming purposes or any calculation purposes. So in this case, you already have some data in workspace which you have going to use. It is the data of the Excel sheet which you are going to import. Let me show you the Excel sheet. This is the data of Excel sheet. These are the different data of some weather station like wind speed, temperature, humidity and solar irradiation. By the way, it is manually written data, okay? It is not an actual data, but it is just for an understanding purpose. So this is the Excel sheet which has been already imported into the MATLAB. So this first method is useful when you already have imported some data into workspace. For example, in your case, if you want to use Excel sheet for programming as well as simulation, but you don't know how to import Excel into MATLAB, then I request you to first refer the previous video which I have made on how to import Excel data to MATLAB. In this video, we are going to learn how to import that Excel sheet directly into Simulink or through this workspace. So first way is useful when you are using this data in both programming as well as in your simulation. So here we have our data. For example, we are going to open this wind speed. So you can see the data of wind speed over here. Now let's go to our simulation. So in this block, we are going to use the data which is already available with us in the workspace. Now the input to this block is clock. So let us take a clock. So we have taken Simulink sources and in that source is a clock. Let's connect it over here. Now let's open the block. So in this block, what we're supposed to do, we're supposed to keep this data specification as table and breakpoint, then table data. Here we need to specify the data which we want to import over here. For example, here we have speed, temperature, solar irradiance and humidity data. So out of this data, let's say we are going to implement one of them, let's say temperature, and mention the table data over here. And in this breakpoint one, we are going to mention the starting and ending point or starting and ending cell value of the this data set. Let's say open over here. We want to cover this entire data set, so it will start with 1 and it goes up to 48. So here we have 1 to 48 values. So we are going to write 1 gem 48. Okay, done. And then we are going to observe this into our scope. So let's connect the scope over here. Let's run. And here you can see this is our imported data. So this is the first method how you can import the data into your Simulink. If it's useful, then do not forget to hit the like, or if you enjoy this, then do not forget to subscribe to this channel. With this, now we are going to move towards this second method. So let's remove this. In our second method, we are going to use the signal builder block. So let's go to library again. So this is the signal builder block. Let's add. So here we have signal builder block. Now let's open it. Basically, the purpose of this block is to build a signal, right? Whatever type of signal you want to generate, you can build it using this block, right? But what we are going to do, we are going to import from file, right? We are going to import a file. Using the data of that file, we are going to create a signal, right? So we are going to import a file from here. This is our data set. Let's open it. So here you can see it's a sheet 1, and if we open this sheet 1, we have this 4 data set. This 4 data set you can even see in our Excel sheet, right? Wind speed, temperature, humidity and solar irradiance. The first column time is not available over here because it will understand that the first column is of time, so it will not import that data over here. Let's say we want to import all of them, so we'll select all of them, we'll replace existing data set, right, confirm selection, and now apply. No import without saving. And here you can see we have imported all 4 signals. Over here you can see all these 4 signals. Now let's close it. So here you can see the name of all the 4 signals. Now we'll add scope. So we have connected scope with it, and now let's run. So here you can see we have imported all of the data. Now I'll tell you one more thing. Just close it and open the signal builder. Here we have 4 signals, right? Now if you want to modify this data, you can even modify it the way you want. For that, what you're supposed to do, from here you're supposed to select any of the signal. Let's say we want to change the signal number 2, wind speed. We want to make some changes in wind speed, and I am modifying this equation. So in order to modify the equation, you're supposed to move your cursor over this data point and just drag the data point wherever you want to drag. And if you don't want to drag it, right, what you can do, you just select that data point. Now that point is selected, and from here you can set that magnitude exactly the way you want. Let's say instead of this 11, I want to make it 18.5. So the change has already been done. Let's say I want to make one more change over here. The magnitude is 17, so instead of this 17, I want to make it 3, right? So I have made these 2 changes in wind speed. So now let's close this thing and run it again, and you can see over here whatever change we have made in wind speed. So that's how you can play with the signal builder. You can import the signal directly from the data, or you can play with the signal. You can create the signal the way you want. And there are so many things over here, right? But right now I'm not going into that much of deep. So I'm closing it right now. And now we are going to approach towards the third method. But before moving to third method, I would like to request you to hit the like button or to subscribe to this channel, or at least give your genuine feedback to this video, because your response means a lot to me and that motivates me to keep making these type of videos. Okay, so now let's move towards the third section. For that, again we'll go to the library, and over here we'll go for from sheet. Sorry, it's not from sheet. Go from spreadsheet. From spreadsheet block. Let's import it. So this is the block we have from spreadsheet. Let's open the block. So when you open the block, you will find these type of parameters. Over here, first you're supposed to enter the file location. So let's open the file location and select the file. So this is our file. So here we have imported the file. Then sheet name and range, we'll discuss it about little later. Then the next is output data type. So the output of this block will be available in this much of varieties of data type, right? So if you want the output in double, single, integer, 8, right? So these are the different data type. Whatever data type you want to set to get in output, you can select it. By default, you will keep it as auto. Treat first column as time, or you can treat first column as data. Let me show you our data sheet. This is our data sheet, and in that the first column is of time. So what we'll do, we'll treat this first column as time. So we'll keep this as it is, sample time 0. This sample time is really important for this block, because the sample time refers to the rate at which the block reads the data from the spreadsheet and update its output into the signals. It determines how often the block retrieves the data from the spreadsheet and provides updated value to the rest of the model or to the block to which it is connected. So it is important because it affects the synchronization of the block with other blocks in the model. So what we'll do right now, we'll keep it 0 as it is. So let's say okay. So when we say okay, all the data is imported. Now I'm going to import the scope. Okay, so everything is ready and now let's run. And there we go. Here we have imported all the 4 data. Now let me close this thing, open it again. Now let me tell you what we can do through this. Through this we can select a specific range of data. For example, if I don't want to import entire Excel sheet but I want to import only selected range of the data, that selection I can do it from here. The name of our sheet is data. Now select the data range. Let's say we want to import this much of data, right? So only this much of data we are going to import, and it is not necessary that you only import from the beginning. You can even import from anywhere into this Excel sheet, right? So we have imported the data, selected the data, so let's close it. So the data range has been already selected. Let's say okay and run. Now you can see the graph for only that much of selected data range. So that's how you can import Excel data into Simulink for all the analysis purposes.